How's life without social media, bro?
Fantastic. Yeah, I miss the community on Instagram. I'm not gonna front.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, that clarity and that non-constant, inundation, if that's a word. I don't know if that's a word. I might be drunk and that might not be a word.
If it isn't, then I must be drunk too.
But yeah,
I ain't even gonna hold you.
Like that non-inundation. Goddamn, I said it.
Run that up. Forget your dictionary. I don't care what you talking about. Tonight, that's a word.
Exactly. But
can you lead us?
Cool.
Can you lead us to what led to that decision? You left Twitter. You left Instagram. Not sure if you were ever on a TikTok. You don't seem like you be on the
Not
TikTok.
for real. I got a platform. I got my profile just to have it, but I didn't use it.
And you took all of that energy and you freed up all that time to do what?
Make these records and put them on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Amongst other places. But the idea was this. I just turned 40. At 39, I cut my dreads off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I felt like they didn't represent me. It was an ecstatic part of my brand at that point. It wasn't like myself. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, they got to go. I'm tripping. I'm not about to be out here with a whole ass hairstyle for the brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, my logo got these on.
I'm a father. Like you said earlier, I'm a dad.
Grown man.
I'm a grown man.
Yeah, so I cut them off. You know what I mean? And it's not to say that locks are bad. Locks are dope.
Right.
They just didn't represent me anymore. So I chopped them off. And then at 40, I was looking at my IG and I was like, this is performative, bro. You know what I mean? Like you're faking the funk. You know what I mean? Like half of these records that you got on your IG, you didn't finish. You know what I'm saying? The other half aren't available for DSPs and shit. Like you done, like you're faking the funk, bro. You're doing some shit. Oh, that's kind of a hard loop. Let me make the joint for the gram real quick and putting it up. And I was like, no, that ain't it, bro. You need to finish the ideas, give the records the reverence and respect they deserve. Put the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The whole thing, the 3-4 minute, 10 minute, whatever it is. Put that shit up somewhere so folks can watch it in the intended format. Because I wanted to widescreen, cinema bars, the whole shit. I wanted to feel and look like a movie. And I feel like I wasn't being honest. So, I cut that shit off. So it's like, I'm out. There was also this layer of like just influence that the internet or social media has a tendency to have on folks. I don't know about you guys, but I'm hyper creative, tend to like soak up everything and want to spit it out in my own little way. And I open up IG and all that shit on that page, it permeates, it gets in there. You know what I mean? And I'm influenced by it, good, bad, or indifferent. I went to LA, I couldn't stop making DiBiase beats for like a year. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit.
You was getting your 8-bit on. You had your.
I couldn't help it, bro.
I
didn't do the
video
8-bit
game
shit.
samples. You gotta.
I didn't do the 8-bit shit.
You do the 8-bit. Okay.
That DiBiase pocket.
Oh yeah, that
it
pocket
haunts
is
me.
nice. That pocket
You know
is
what I'm
nice.
saying?
Oh,
Same
man.
with Iman, man.
Yeah.
If I'm under 70 BPM, like, God damn it.
You know where you're going.
He's in there.
You know what I noticed? The difference between our experience on YouTube as creatives and viewers versus Instagram. On Instagram, the feed is tailored to look like people that look like us. Okay? That sound like us to a certain degree. Folks that are like, I would consume this content. The difference with YouTube is that it is a reflection of the things that we have spent the most time with in our actual interests. To give a further example, I take every December, every year, for the last few years, I take the entire month off to decompress, get away from social media, get away from everything, because I need to get back in touch with, what's going on with Dewan? Like, Dewan's been working for Curtis King the entire year. What's going on with you? Are you good? Where you at? What do we need to pivot on next year? And I noticed with YouTube, like, I started up a new YouTube just to be a viewer, just to kind of like, not even just study the algorithms or anything, but I had to notice it. And I found out 95% of the content I was creating, 98% of the content I was creating, I was consuming wasn't production content.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was entertainment. It was things that I found interest in. And what that did was, when I started, and I was watching shorts, what that did was it made my news feed now look like a reflection of my interests. And these interests are not necessarily folks that I'm in that think that they're in competition with me. They're not necessarily folks that are just like me. They're just things that I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I prefer staying on YouTube. But I want you to continue where you're going with it, because I have to talk about why your decision influenced my decision.
Was that inundation? Hear that word again.
It's officially a word tonight.
That better be a word, bro. If it's not a word, I'm gonna feel terrible. Like, I'm gonna look that
shit
up.
If it's not a word, you ran that up. Ran that up. That word tonight is getting play.
Man. All right, I can't be George Bush, baby. I got it. You know what I'm saying? That shit better be a word, boy. But
fool me once.
Right. Inundation.
It's the inundation.
It's like so much stuff coming at you, man. Mm-hmm. And like, it's what the algorithm decides that you want to see. You're not asking for any of it. It's just like, this is what you want, bro. And you see it. And I was, for whatever reason, man, like seeing other folks kind of doing the same thing that I'm doing, just in different ways. It was in there. It was messing with me.
Yeah.
Man. So
facts. I'm the same way.
And they're making dope ass art. Like, that's the other thing too. Like, when I got on Instagram, and this could be me, and it could be like the way like the algorithm works or whatever. Not to say I'm early or early adopter or anything like that, but when I got on there, I didn't see too much in the way of beat videos. Right. It was kind of like a thing I just didn't find much of. Like, it wasn't a bunch of dudes in front of their NPC pushing the patch. It just wasn't a thing. Fast forward 4 or 5 years, and I can't not see that shit, bro. So I'm like, if everybody's over here doing that, I'm about to go somewhere else and do that shit, bro. I don't want to be like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I want to do my own thing. So that was another driver. And I didn't understand the gravity of what I did until I did it. You know what I mean? Like, I tend to make these kind of like drastic decisions on my birthday. I just like, I'm gonna just do it. If there's any day to do it, this is the day I'm gonna do it.
This is the day to do it. Yeah, I get that.
Once I got away from it and I put out a new product, I was like, I made this fantastic break pack. I'm like, oh, this is the one.
Yeah.
Sent it out to the email list, put up all my whoop, 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 whoop. Then I was like, oh, I can't hear the music people make with it.
Shit. I didn't think about that. That is important. Right. That's important.
I'm like, damn, I'm never gonna hear them records. Like, I can't even talk to them people. And I was like, damn, you kind of fucked up. Like, you don't have access to that community anymore. Like, that whole ass community lives on Instagram. They don't live anywhere else. They're on that's the Instagram producer community. I was like, I didn't excommunicated myself from all these people. I fuck with them people. I like them people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was kind of the bummer about the situation. And then I had to weigh, like, do you want to have access to these other humans, which is very important,
right?
Or do you know what I'm saying, versus do you want to be influenced by this platform? And the gravity of said platform was just like heavier, in my humble opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it was like stopping me from being my authentic self.
When you left, all right, you said, yo, Kurt, man, I'm my birthday. I wish you happy birthday. I texted you and you were like, I'm off the social medias. Like, I'm off of Instagram, off of Twitter. You didn't even explain it, right? And something clicked in my head. That's interesting. Because the whole point of me taking a break from my work in December is because of the onslaught of dopamine rushes, right? The onslaught of just everything that we know comes with social media, the pros and the cons. It just becomes so much that I feel like at the end of the year, I don't realize how much anxiety that I'm living with, that I'm okay with living with. I just normalize it. And it takes me just being still before I recognize that, damn, I've been grinding my teeth, clenching my fists, maneuvering at a certain frequency that just is not healthy, but in the name of living in 2022 and doing social media content, you just kind of like take the punches. I asked myself a real ass question. I said, what am I on Instagram for? And I said, now I've predominantly created motivational vertical videos. I was like, okay, if it's just vertical videos, why not do it on YouTube? Okay, well, let's take that off the table. Twitter. Why do you have a Twitter account? Well, I want to share my thoughts in a moment. Well, why not share those thoughts on the community posts? YouTube has a place that's kind of like your Twitter. And you know what that all led me to, bro? Recognizing that I was on these social media platforms because they're name brands. How would my time look? How would my bottom line look? How would my life look? How would my day-to-day clarity look if I just walked away from both of those? Excuse me, all three of them: Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. There's going to be some kind of something that happens that I didn't expect when I start to like sell new products, and I'm prepared for that. But I look at it and I'm like, now I can operate with the same relaxation, the same decompression and confidence that I have in December all throughout the entire year, because all I got to do is follow one course until success, an acronym for focus.